up, everybody? Today we have ourselves a fun little challenge. It's not impossible, but it's maybe seemingly impossible to some folks. So what we have here is these two trees, and as you can see, I've already started on them, but I want to get them cleared out enough so you could see what was going on there. This tree is back here behind the garage, and it's kind of in between the fence and the garage here, so there's no real access to the base. As you can see, it's back in there. There's definitely no access to the other side because this is backed up to another garage on a neighbor's property. And this one right here is in the corner. It's that's the easiest one to access, but they all need to come down. So ultimately what we're doing here is we're going to use this as our primary rigging spar. You can see we've got a block up there with a rigging rope to the top of this one. We got the GRCS down here, and now we're going to put another rigging block in the top of that tree, and we're going to put a porter wrap at the bottom, actually right at the roof line probably, so it can be operated from the roof because there's not even enough room to stand down there. And what we're going to do is we're going to hang the branches on that system, and then we're going to let them swing over to this system. At the same time, if we need to keep the clearance, we'll run the GRCS, keep them lifted up off the roof, and then once they're all the way onto this system, we'll lower them down and we'll use a tag line to pull them away from the fence and the roof to get them out here into the drop zone. And that's going to be the story of the day here. So I'll put this camera on my head and we'll get started. Alrighty gang, we got everything all set up here. We got ourselves our climb line going up from over there, the other tree, over to here. We've got our new anchor point established, and I did that with a knot because these trees are going to be they're gonna be getting pulled closer to each other and then released and that kind of thing. So I established a new climbing point here. We're gonna go ahead and tie our first limb on and cut off, and we'll see how this goes. It could be great, it could be terrible. I'm really hoping it's not terrible. Alrighty, we're gonna cut our first one off here. We got our strap on there with all three of our ropes on it. Everybody on the job site has a rope in their hands except me. I got a chainsaw to work with, but this first little branch shouldn't be too big of a deal. I like to test complex systems with small stuff first. Sometimes it's a problem, but it's never a problem that endangers anybody. Coming down. Alrighty, there it hangs between the trees. Go ahead and let some rope out there, Rob. Swing it over nice and gentle. And then once all the weight is on Chuck's rope, you can just unhook your rope from the porter wrap. So Joe, hold up just a second. Let Rob get his rope off so you don't have to fight it. You can go ahead and unwrap everything there, Rob. It shouldn't have any tension on it. Very good. And then Chuck, if you want to start letting that down. And Joe, you can pull on it and get out of the way. And there we go. We got that branch all the way over there in a really controlled manner. And for that one, we really could have just let it swing. This dark blue rope wasn't 100% necessary, but for other parts of this canopy way over there and stuff, it's going to be more necessary, I think. And if it ends up not being necessary at all, you know, all we lost was the cost of setting it up, the time of setting it up and tearing it down. So it'll be good to have it. Let's do something bigger now. And this system is also really nice for bringing everything back to the climber. We got three ropes we're dealing with here, and it's handy not have to get each one to me individually. Alrighty, everybody go ahead and do what you did last time. If you want to wrap that up on the porter wrap there. Yep, now's a good time. Yep, see if you can pull a little more slack out of it. We got a bunch of rope sitting up here slack above. Yep, go pull it upwards. It works best if you pull it up. Yep, that's perfect. Excellent. Yeah, one ought to do you. Just in time for the rain. Alrighty, we're gonna do the same thing with this limb here. It's a good bit bigger. We'll see how it goes. Woo, you okay, Rob? We didn't give Rob enough wraps. Go ahead and wind up on that, Chuck. Okay, you can go ahead and let your rope go, Rob. Yeah, I am sorry about that. I should have told you 2 wraps. That was my bad. I didn't think about you working on that sloped roof surface down there. Yeah, once that lays down, you can probably tip that butt towards you then, Joe. All right, so that's probably about the maximum size that we can do. We'll maybe focus on a little bit smaller stuff. Keep it reasonable. All right, we got a smaller branch on. It's a little bit farther away from our rigging point, so it's gonna hang lower. But everything should be set up to work just fine this time around. Very nice. Alrighty, Rob, if you want to go ahead and start to let that out a little bit, and Chuck, if you want to wind up on it, keep it up above the roof line there. Perfect. I think that's plenty for you for Joe to get it on down. Rob, if you want to go ahead and go up and unwrap that, so that way Joe doesn't have to fight your rope, then you can go ahead and let that down, Chuck, and Joe, you know what to do. This whole project would be so much handier if that tree was about 5 feet that way, or maybe even more, but it doesn't matter. We got to work with what we've got, right? So if anybody's curious, we are using the carabiner with a rated gate. This gate's rated for 16 kN, so you know it's going to be okay if one of these ropes gets across it or something like that. There's no way we'd ever be able to produce more than 16 kilonewtons with one of these ropes. We're just not rigging big enough stuff, and there's no real shock loading value, so it'll all be good. Rob, we're gonna put 2 wraps on your porta wrap down there this time. Yep, go ahead, perfect. Chuck, we're waiting on you, man. You're fine, you're fine. You got the most complicated device. You can go ahead and put the crank in it, yeah. We don't need to put a whole lot of pretension on it, so that should be fine. Yep. Alrighty, here we go, gentlemen. Looky there, man, it just rained, and so every time I shake the tree, it's dumping water on us. Alrighty, Chuck, go ahead and crank up on that. That way, as Rob lets some rope out, doesn't get too low. And you can stop whenever you think you got it high enough. Okay, perfect. Rob, you can go ahead and unwrap your rope from the porta wrap. Alright, and then on down they go. Chuck's letting it down, Joe's hauling it in. Joe, if you want to get back behind that brush pile, you might have an easier time. Get you a little better angle, maybe. It's a lot of weight now that brush is all wet. Hold on to it, Rob. Don't let it go yet. There we go. Very nice. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Well, I guess it didn't matter that much. Just wanted to stay on. Yep, you can go ahead and come down. Rob, you can unwrap your rope. There you go. There you go. Hold around, Joe. You can do it. Nicely done. Alrighty, I think we're gonna do a little bit trickier one next. Just so you know, we didn't make those holes. They were here from when this tree experienced a big tear out a long time ago. But I think we're gonna do this one next. And it's a little bit tricky because if I just tie it on the bottom, this branch will be too long and it'll sweep that roof really hard down there. We don't wanna do that. So I'm gonna go out on there a little ways and we're gonna tie it on out there. Alrighty, everything's on. Now we have the length of the blue rope from here to the rigging block, plus the length of the limb from here on out to count for when we were looking at how much space we had to swing things. So I think we should be okay. It might be close, but I think we'll be okay. Yep, go ahead and wrap that up. Soak all the slack up, Rob, as much as you can get.
Watch yourself when this comes down, Rob.
Yeah, you can, I mean, that would be best. The farther away you want to get, the better. Hey, Rob's all the way out of the way over there, so he can't get touched by this. Everybody else is in a good spot. We'll go ahead and cut it. Looky there. Woohoo! Came around real nice. All right, Rob, if you want to come over here and unwrap your rope, we're ready for you. Okay, it should be good. You can go ahead and let it down there. Nice work, Joe. Alrighty, our next victim is this limb right here. It's just a little bit too long to send in one piece, so we're gonna cut it here, and then we'll cut it down there. It's gonna take a little longer because it'll be a little bit slower with 2 cycles, but I think it'll be worth it. We don't want to take extra risk. We don't need to. We've always got time. Everybody ready? Yep. Very nice. And as you can see, it definitely would not have been, definitely would not have had enough room to do this whole thing all at once. Go ahead and unwrap that, Rob. Alrighty, here we go, the remainder of that last branch. You ready, Rob? Okay, I'm sorry. Easy peasy. Sometimes it feels silly to do little tiny rigs like that, but it's just the way you have to do it, and you got to get over it. You just got to do it. Alrighty, on this one, we're going to send it away from the garage because that's just the side of the tree it's on. So we can take it a little bit bigger because our obstacles are a little bit lower down there. Ah! It still swung out over the garage though. It was high enough anyway, so we got lucky on that, I guess. Everybody ready? Yep.
I'm standing here. I'm good.
Catch it, Chuck. This one's all you. There we go. Hold on, Rob, just a second. I want you to hold it up high enough so that way it doesn't drag the roof until Chuck can pull on it some. Rob, we might have to do something more like that where you just hold on to it for some of these farther ones. Joseph, you step back. I think it'll help you as I look at the rope angles from over here. So even if you gotta let some rope out. There you go. Nice work, nice work.
Taking that whole top?
Yeah, we're gonna take this whole top. Rob, you're gonna want one more wrap on there. Chuck, when you get that set up, go ahead and get that crank in and give it a little pre-tension just to set us off on a good note. It's wide, but it's not real long. So we'll be good. It's gonna be a little heavy, which is why I had you put another wrap on it. Rob's going to the far corners of the earth down there. Fair enough, that's good move then. Here we go. There it is.
Oh, there it is.
It drug enough tree on the way down that it didn't swing too hard. Rob, hold on to that rope a little bit if you could. We'll let Chuck reel it in. Alrighty, Rob, you can go ahead and walk up and unwrap that. Chuck, I'd still keep going higher. That might do it. Once Rob's unwrapped, maybe he can walk over and help Joe. Okay, Rob's off of the porta wrap. Do you want help pulling, Joe, or just help up at the edge getting branches off? Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead and come down, Chuck. Probably going to be the heaviest piece we've done so far. Just a big old chunk of wood. Whoops. Here it comes. Come on. Woohoo! Oh man. Oh, that might have been a little irresponsible on my part, but No harm, no foul. No, no, I'm absolutely fine. Yeah, it came around to get me the second time. I suppose I could have avoided that situation by taking it in 2 pieces, but what fun is that? Alrighty, these are our last 2 branches that are kind of a challenge. They're just the farthest away from the rigging block, so they've got the most amount of rope past the block, which means they have the potential to swing the lowest. So we got everything all tensioned up and ready to go. See what we can make happen here. All right, it swung low enough to catch that blue rope there, but I don't think it touched the roof, so that's a win if you ask me. It's a little bit this way, so we're gonna take it around the tree the other direction. Oh, my battery died. Always the wrong time. Extra batteries inside that big black toolbox, just inside the edge when you open it up. I'll lower this to the roof, and then actually, you know what? I'm gonna lower it right through the...
The good one's on the floor, right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, good one's on the bottom, yep. I'm gonna lower this right through this hole in the garage if you want to go inside.
Is there really a hole?
There's a hole in the roof, yeah.
No.
Go ahead and let me have the rope then, Rob. Yep.
You didn't want another skylight.
If you can just guide that down through the hole there. I never would have thought that would have worked out so handy. Perfect. Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Joe. That's hilarious. All right, I'll finish my cuts when everybody's back in position here. Rob's ready. Chuck's always ready. Joe, you ready? Here we go. Very good. All right, this should be a real standard setup here. Nothing too far, nothing too big, nothing too crazy. Very nice.
Yep.
Nice work. Yeah, it did pile up the rope. Okay. Well, Joe, you can let go. You don't have to stress yourself out there. Rob, hold on to the rope, I think, because he's going to have to... Yeah, he's going to have to do his thing over there, so he's going to have to unwrap it.
You got it locked off enough?
He's holding it. It'll be good. Alrighty, we're back up to get the brush out of the top of this thing. We've got just 3 pieces left, so it's really straightforward. We'll start with this one, then this one, then this one, I think. Whoopsie. Well, that's not what I was aiming for. Let me see if I can kick it off real quick here. That was an easy solution, I suppose. These ones are all easy because they're nice and close to our rigging point here, and so there's not a lot of rope when we make the cut that's going to allow them to swing real low. Naturally, the rain's back for like the 84th time, but we'll make this cut and we'll be okay. Nice. Rob, you want to go to that other roof? This is gonna head right towards you. Okay, here we go with the last top in this tree. Woohoo! See if you can crank that up a little bit as it comes to you, Chuck. Are we plenty high? Oh, okay. Go ahead and let that go, Rob, then. Alrighty, that's all the brush out of this tree. Now we got to go over there and get the brush out of that tree. I'm going to do that without even going down and climbing back up that one. I'll just go right over there. Just you watch. You got good running skills?
Yep.
Okay, because the internet's gonna judge you no matter what.
I know you're gonna judge me.
No, I won't judge you, but the internet will.
Okay. The internet's hard.
Oopsie. That wasn't too bad. I'm the one that deserves judgment there. Alrighty, it's the end of the day here. We did some other stuff. We did some trimming and stuff at this property other than just these trees, so it wasn't planned to be a one-day project, but we're gonna come back tomorrow and knock out that wood. Should be interesting. And then this wood will be really straightforward. So we'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, we got ourselves out here the next day. We're back up. It rained a lot last night, so everything is sopping wet, and it is what it is. But we've got ourselves a face cut here. We've got our rigging block down below. We've got our tag line tied on, and we've got our rigging line from the other spar tied on. We're gonna tip this piece this direction, and it's gonna go over there, and then we'll use the tag line to pull it over and set it right in the dump trailer. Similar to what we're doing with the brush, but we're saving ourselves a lot of effort by putting it right in the trailer, I think. So let's get it done. Now I can just push this off. Nope. Never mind. Wasn't ready. Very nice. And there it goes, down into the trailer. Joe's reeling it in. Pulling so hard he's moving the spar and moving my rope. Bro, I've got enough ropes up here. The biggest challenge is just not cutting one of them. That was perfect, Rob. Perfect.
Beautiful.
Ooh, Rob's gonna need some help getting that one in there. That's a heavy one. Alright, do something a little different on this one. I made just a straight cut in here. We're gonna make a cut just above it, and then once the cuts are bypassed, I'm gonna have Chuck down there break it off with the GRCS. Hold on. Alright, go ahead and give that a tug. Is that getting kind of tight?
I went backwards.
Okay, yeah, don't go any tighter then.
Okay.
I must not have cut it far enough. There. Okay, that's perfect, perfect. Go ahead and unwrap that then, Rob. Now with this split in here, I'm gonna try and bore in and make my back cut like that. I can't, this piece is too much if we take it all at once, but if I try to take this with it, I'm afraid that this trunk will fall off. So we'll see how this goes. Give that a yank there, Joe, and see what happens. There we go, nice. Oh, it fell across against the rope, kind of weird, but it worked out. All right, we're gonna move this block down. I think this will be the last piece that we rig. Then we'll just start cutting cookies and scooching them off and carrying them over. Alrighty, when I was making this cut here, this piece started to fall away. So they're attached, but not real well. But these ropes should all help hold things together, so it'll be fine. There we go. All right, you can go ahead and let it go slowly, Rob. Uh-oh. Yep, and crank on a little bit, Chuck, so it comes up over that roof edge. All right, then we'll get Rob unwrapped here. All right, we got this thing down to where we can reach the pieces, and so we're gonna just cut some slices off of it and carry them over and toss them in the trailer. We probably could get away with rigging another piece off, but it's just the lower we get, the more risk there is of striking something, and we're at a point where it's easy enough to carry them, so that's what we're gonna do. Let's just take it over there together. 1, 2, 3 it, Chuck?
Yep, flat.
Let's try to make it land flat. So 1, 2, 3. You sure that's what you want us to do?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll do it with the next one. Man, that's all a fellow wants to do. 1, 2, 3. Nice work, thank you.
How much lower do you
roof
gotta
has
go?
been falling apart forever.
Yeah.
This is just, there's an old retaining wall that's falling apart in here, and debris, and who knows what else, so above was a better route to go. So this is all the farther we have to get this down for the client, so I guess we're gonna leave it. We're ready. All right, we're taking a ride up to the top. Very good. Very nice. About.
Okay, 2.5 was too many.
Good teamwork. That only works out if you guys just keep pulling for all you're worth while he's getting it let down just right. That's good work, fellas. And here we go with the rain once again. Yeehaw. At least it's consistent, right? Nice work.
We'll let run.
Oh boy, this is heavier than I thought it would be. Whoa. Oh man.
Hey, you can just drop. Well, shit.
Let me try and get in there. Ah.
Next one ain't gonna be that big, is it?
No, next one's gonna be a little shorter. I think I can get it up here. But it'll be the last one I can get up here. Well, folks, that sums it up. We got our high stumps in here. They're down to where they need to be and everything. All the wood's in the trailer. They're about to blow off the roof. I'm gonna head out. They're gonna blow the sawdust and it'll be it for the day. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll catch you on the next one.